Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Adventurers Pack, and welcome to tonight's episode of Melos Machina. We have missed you so much. We were off last week due to it's that time of the year where, people are getting sick. Unfortunately, our performers, well, one of us, who could it possibly have been, did not have a voice. But clearly it is back, and we are so very happy to be here. Before we dive into tonight's episode, I just want to give a couple of announcements. This is going to be the last show of 2023 here at the Adventurers Pack. This is it. We're wrapping up the year. It's been such an absolute joy to be at this table with all of you.
Absolutely.
So after tonight, we are going to be dark for the holidays, but we will be back on Wednesday, January 3rd. We will be back again, starting off the new year with Melos Machina. So if I do not get a chance to say this beforehand, you all have an amazing holiday, and we look forward to seeing you. Now, with the time that we pushed off, we had a lot of tension where we last left off, so I think we're going to go ahead and just dive in.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Sure.
Spiders, they're everywhere. So, when last we met our heroes, they had left the town of Riversmeet at the request of Dr. Sada to go and find what it was that was creating these strange, partially metallic and partially flesh barbs that were transforming the sailors on the ship that had crash-landed in the docks. After being ferried across the river by a very enthusiastic young man, they have made their way out of the town and into the wilderness, where for many of them, for the first time, they had left civilization. After about a day's travel, they rounded the bend and found themselves at a damaged cart that a couple of our adventurers were already familiar with. The day was waning, and knowing that where they were needing to go was soon approaching, they decided to set up camp. And after asking an owl where might be the safest place, they soon discovered safety was relevant. And everywhere was dangerous. The night went by almost without incident. But on the final watch, we had found ourselves seeing black eyes glistening in the dark and an alarm spell going off. With that, players, will you please roll initiative?
Oh,
No!
yeah.
I refuse.
Oh my god.
Pacifist.
Please be
If I
good.
don't, will
Please
the
be good.
spiders go
Please be
away?
good. Okay.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Oh no, you rolled so well before the stream. What's wrong with you?
That's a druid thing.
I guess so. I don't know what I do to deserve that. It's because I was
Oh
sleeping,
no.
huh? Okay. Isha map.
Oh, sweet. We got a little campsite. Awesome.
All right.
Did it on fire.
So,
Teeny tiny fire.
let's see here.
Maybe if the spiders were a little less scary.
Actually, it looks like
Just
camera may have gotten jostled a little bit.
But I'm
Which-
sure the
this
spiders
one?
won't be as cute.
Yes. Can we
What
get
can we
it angled this way, please? Oh,
Correct.
no,
Nope, wrong
angled the
way.
other way. There we are. Thank you very much. All right, brilliant. So,
Teamwork.
That'll come.
I believe
Our little babies.
Erin had here we are, nestled yourself into the bushes there.
Best as I can.
Or sorry, I can
Yeah.
nestling into the brushes
It's fine, our
over
fault.
here.
Oh, we look so much more helpless like that.
I know.
spiders wouldn't do anything to poor
Sleeping people.
travelers, right?
No.
Adventurers.
With our arms just stuck up in the air like that.
I'm sleep casting again.
Oh no.
Okay.
All right. So, initiatives 25 to 20.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, 20 to 15.
16.
16 for Aiken.
19.
19 for Finn. 15 to 10.
14.
14 for Andy. 10 to 5.
7.
7 for Aaron.
5.
5 for Duafi.
Yep. I was really, really snoozing.
Okay.
You deserve this.
I do, you know.
So, Aaron, looking into the darkness
Oh, no.
and seeing light reflecting as your alarm spell has gone off, you spin around and you are able to see behind you as well.
Oh, I do not like.
It's a little,
Oh.
just a little guys. Surely it's just a little guys.
Surely.
Okay.
These 3 spiders have entered into the area.
Just keep
Let's see here. So, our order of initiative is going to be. Ooh, boy.
Okay, well, that should be an illegal reaction.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I don't want to hear ooh boy.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
So, with that, the spiders are up first.
Oh,
Of course.
okay.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
The spider directly in front of you, Aaron, is simply going to rush towards you
Mm-hmm.
and is going to take a bite at you.
Okay.
No.
But that's only going to be a 5 to hit.
That'll miss.
Oh, the spider and have something in common.
These spiders here, seeing the one thing that's awake. Yep. 40 feet of movement.
Oh man.
Well,
That spider is going to take an attack as well. It doesn't quite have you flanked. It's going to be an 11 to hit.
That'll miss.
Okay. The last spider. Finn, what's your passive perception?
That's a great question. That would be 12.
12. Okay. The spider skitters towards you, going through the campsite. And as it lunges out at you, Finn, you feel crawling over the sleeping bag, the legs, and it instinctually just jerks you awake. You have woken up.
nightmare fuel.
But Aaron, this is going to be
Nightmare fuel.
a 23 to hit.
Okay.
For 4 points of piercing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh no.
As it bites down, you can feel the fangs' venom injecting
You said
into your
4
body.
points of piercing?
4 points of piercing, yes.
Okay. Con save. That'll be a 12.
12. All right, that is a success. You take an additional 4 points of poison damage as the venom seeps into your body.
Okay.
That is it for the spiders. Finn, as you have jerked awake, you are up next.
Before I can even really think or do anything, I just slap a hand to my chest and mage armor myself, still laying in the bedroll.
All right.
And then just shiver, hoping that this spider will move on.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and give me a quick stealth check on that.
Oh. Stealthy and courageous. Right, very stealthy. That's a 2. Plus, I imagine not very much. 4.
For a 4 in total? Okay. Okay, good to know.
Cool.
At this point, I can. What's your passive perception?
14.
14. At this point, you have not heard anything.
Okay.
That is then going to bring us. Andy, what is your passive perception?
13? Or, yeah, 13.
You've also not heard anything at this point.
Great. Cool.
Duathy, what is your passive perception?
16.
16. Duathy, as Finn has gone to cast the mage armor spell, you jerk awake.
Is it my turn?
It
then?
is your turn. What would you
Oh,
like to do?
okay.
Do we have Aaron at 7?
Oh, yes,
Ahead of
I'm
you?
sorry.
Excuse me, okay.
So, Aaron, it would be your turn.
Sure.
please.
Okay.
Cool.
I will instinctually react to the spider behind me and cry out, "Everybody up! Invasion in the camp!" And I would like to spin round,
Yep.
draw the rapier that's at my hip, and I would like to stab straight down at the spider that just bit me, and I'm
Okay.
going to make this an attack with booming blade.
Sounds good.
But with an 8 on the die, I don't believe that is going to.
What's the total?
A 4 on the die, bringing it to 8 to hit. That is not going to do so. So
As you go in to stab at the spider, yeah, it's still somewhat dark. Where you thought was a leg was in fact just nothing.
I would like to then hightail it out of there and dash 30 feet towards RJ. GM, please.
As you do, that's gonna eat up 3 attacks of opportunity.
Yep.
That first one is gonna be a 17.
Shield.
Okay.
As I use my reaction to weave my hand across my face, and a booming shield of energy protects my back.
All right. 23 for the second one.
That'll hit.
Okay. That'll be 4 points of piercing, and I need a con save.
That will be a 19.
That'll save. That's another 2 points of poison damage,
Okay.
and an 8 on the last attack.
That will miss. Aaron is not looking great as those pincers snag into his trousers behind, but he is out of harm's way now.
30 feet will get you there.
Okay. I will then spin round, face, and prepare for what comes next.
Okay. That will then bring us to Duathy. You are up.
Okay. So. Ooh, you know. Why not? Okay. So I'm going to pop up really quickly, just straight on feet,
Okay.
stick in hand. I'm going to leave my shield on the ground
Okay.
at this moment. Yeah, I could be wrong about this, DM, but what I'm trying to do is there about a 20-foot cube which would just give me the spiders?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you could hit over here and just
Amazing.
capture those spiders.
So what I would like to do is then curl my hands in front of me and bring up bits from the ground and have blackened vines come out of the ground and cast Entangle.
Ooh.
Sick.
Okay.
Sick.
What do I need from them?
Okay, so when I cast a spell, I need strength saving throws.
Okay. So the spider that is slightly outside of the camp, that is going to be a 9.
That's a failure.
The second spider, the first one nearest to the camp, is going to be a 6.
That's a failure.
And the farthest is also a 6.
All failures, all around. They are now restrained.
And now restrained. Okay.
They can use an action to make a strength check against their DC to get free if they want to.
Okay.
Okay, so that was my action. For my bonus action, I'm gonna tap my stick and cast Shillelagh.
Okay, Shillelagh is up as your stick, the blackened spikes come out of the top.
Okay, and then I'm going to move. Not right next to one of these guys, but can I get closer to the campfire?
Closer to the campfire? Absolutely.
Like,
here?
yeah, close to smacking range. And
Do you want to be within melee or no?
No,
Okay.
I don't know. It's next turn. And I will. That'll be my turn.
Okay. It's going to then bring us back to the top of the round with the spiders. The one outside the camp is going to try this save. Is the save at the end of their turn or at the start?
To start, although really quickly, let me double check something. Because he's starting his turn near me. He's within 10 to. Is that one are any of them within 10 feet?
2 of them are within 10 feet.
Is it the start of that guy's turn?
Not this one yet, but we're about to have those.
Let
So
me
the
know
one
when to have
outside of the camp is going to try
Yes,
and
it's-
get out.
As far as the spell goes, it is an action to do it.
It's an action. So that is going to be an 18 on that save.
Yeah, that'll get out.
Okay. So as this spider breaks free of the vines, it is going to then scurry over to you.
Okay.
Rude. And
He has entered my range. I
He
need
has.
a concentration check.
concentration?
Like Constitution.
Constitution saving. Okay. That is cocked. That is a 19.
Okay, fine.
The other 2, this will be at the start of their turn. They're within 10 feet of you.
Constitution saves, please.
That is going to be an 11 for the first one.
That's a failure.
Okay.
We're just the other one doesn't need to make it because I only can use this reaction once.
Gotcha.
It's going to be 4 points of necrotic damage.
4 points of necrotic damage. As this spider that is directly in front of you, Duathi, is entangled up by the vines of the branches that you created. You can see that from the edges of the vines, blackened flesh begins to melt away on the spiders. It is going to attempt that strength save. That is going to be an 11.
The failure.
All right, the second spider is a 15.
Yeah, fine. Sure.
This one is going to chase its prey down as it rushes over to Aaron. That is it for the spiders, bringing us to Finn. You are up.
I take a look around at Andy still laying there and turn and Andy, we have company. Phenotypically similar to Chauncey, although not nearly as friendly looking. Hopefully they burn faster. As I still prone, I had been sleeping with spellbook almost in arm.
Okay.
So it's right there as I reach out and send a scorching ray at each of the spiders.
Okay, now, you're still within your bedroll, yes?
I would probably stand as
Okay, standing at this point? Okay. That will not have this be a disadvantage. Sending a scorching ray at each of the spiders. Let's get those attack rolls.
All right. First one. 8 on the die. For a total of 13.
A 13 just hits.
All right. So that will be at spider number 1. You get to pick. 3 points of burning damage.
3 points of damage there. All right.
The second attack. Ooh, 19.
That one, yeah, that's going to hit.
7 points on the next spider.
All right.
And final attack. Soft 20.
Yeah, that is also going to hit.
3 for 3. That'll be 6 points of fire.
6 points. Okay. Well done, Finn. As you stand up and 3 bolts of fire come out and hit each of the spiders, the one directly in front of Duathi reels back and seems to have hurt quite a bit.
Excellent. I would then use my remaining movement, I think, to try to, if I have the speed, get kind of behind Chauncey, putting Chauncey between myself and the spider fighting Aaron.
You're able to get right about there.
All right, that's my turn.
Okay. At that point, Icon, you are up.
All right. Hearing the yells from Aaron, I'm just gonna stand up and like just instinctually, I grab my spear and my shield, kind of roll up into fighting position. Am I in combat with either of the spiders at this point?
At this point, no. You're
Cool.
5 feet away from both of them.
Then I would like to use my movement to get to the spider kind of behind Duwathi.
Okay.
Yeah. And as my bonus action, I'm just going to kind of graze my hand across my spear and cast Divine Favor.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my action and just stab down into this.
Stabbing down into the spider. This will be an advantage. You are flanking it.
For a 12 to hit.
Just misses. As you hit your spear into the ground, its abdomen twitches to the side, and you just find solid earth.
Okay, still sleepy. Sorry. Spiders?
Everywhere, as it turns out.
That'll be my turn.
All right. As you call out, spiders everywhere. You each hear scurrying across the grass once more.
Yeah. Do we?
No, thank you. I think we're good.
They could come from that direction, and then you won't Tango's still there, right?
No,
No,
right.
okay, or
No,
you can come
thank
from the
you.
other direction, Tango.
No, stay
More
home,
spiders
spiders.
have entered on to the field. Their movement has gotten them this far, but that is it for them. Which will then bring us to Andy. You are up. Aaron, you are on deck.
Cool. So I wake up with a start, hearing Erin and then Finn, and stand up and just kind of yell out, "Oh, how long has this been going on? Is everyone okay? Does anyone need heal? What? Spiders? Cool.
Yeah, not feeling too great over here.
Okay, great. So I'll go up to Erin
Okay.
then, and cast Cure Wounds.
Ooh, oh my goodness.
So D8, right? Oh no. Okay. Oh no. What's that? So that's 7 points
Amazing.
of health that you gain back. I go, okay, now we have that handled. That'll be the end of my turn, but I assume Chauncey goes
Right after.
right after. So I'll have, sorry, I can't really see where he is. Okay, he's just right next to that spider.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So he's gonna take an attack.
Oh,
then.
yeah, Chauncey.
Come on.
Okay, that's a 16.
16 will hit.
Great. So another D8. Oh, that is 8 points of force damage.
Ooh, 8 points of force damage
Yes. And also, just for my brain, because I know we had trouble with the wording of this before, but the deflect attack, does that mean since he's within 5 feet of that spider, would attacks to any of us then be at disadvantage?
on one. You get to choose one of them.
Okay, I'll do Finn.
Now, it happens when the attack happens.
Okay,
So
great.
you get to choose that
Okay,
one.
cool.
Hopefully they don't attack me.
Okay. Cool. Then that is Chauncey's turn.
Okay. Bringing us to Aaron. You are up. Duwathi, you're on deck.
Oh, thank you very much. I feel much invigorated by that.
Of course.
Let's finish this guy, and I will swing around GM across from Chauncey
Mhm.
to take an attack at advantage now that I have a better angle. With the booming blade again, this will be a 22 to hit.
22 will hit.
That is going to be 12 points of piercing damage.
12 points of piercing damage.
So get some sneak attack in there as well.
As your blade cuts into the back of this creature, you hear a as the spider curls up around the sharpened tip of your rapier, and its legs encase it.
Oh,
Doesn't seem to move anymore.
okay. Cool.
I will then look over my shoulder and call out directly across the field. Seems to be a swarm. Heads on a swivel, everyone. And that will finish my turn.
All right, bring us to Dwathi. You are up.
Okay. I don't think it's time to bring out the biggest guns yet, but so yeah, I'm going to smack it. Smack this thing that's in between me and Icon.
All right, smacking the thing that's in between you and I can go ahead and roll that attack roll.
Ooh, that's good. That's gonna be 23 to hit.
23 will hit.
Yeah. Okay. So that's going to be 9 points of force damage.
9 points of force damage. Okay.
Where's no bludgeoning? My apologies.
9 points of bludgeoning.
That's all I'm going to do right now.
Okay. Then your turn, bringing us to the top of the round. The two spiders that remain.
I need Constitution saving throws from.
You get to choose which one, right?
Well, it's kind of like a. So.
So let's start with the one that's directly in front of you. It's its turn.
Yeah.
Making a con save.
Let me double check exactly how this goes. Where'd you go? Got it. Okay, let's do the first one. First
Okay.
one up.
That is going to be a 16.
Okay.
All right.
No more con save then. Actually, I'm realizing I'm reading this wrong. So that's all I think I can do. Is
Okay.
Just with one creature you can see moves into a space. I use my reaction. So
Okay.
there you go.
So then on the strength save, that's going to be an 8.
Still restrained.
Still restrained.
The one between you and Icon is going to take an attack at you, Dwathi.
Okay.
That is going to be a 12 to hit.
He doesn't hit even without my shield.
Okay. At which point?
No.
Okay, can you stop?
No.
That's
Stay home, spiders.
I already said illegal phrases. Why are you rolling, Martin? That's okay.
Andy, does a 23 hit?
Oh, for the love of God.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Aaron, as you've just finished off this spider and you pull it up looking at it, it's giant. You're barely able to lift it up. You look over at Andy as a thank you for the healing, as suddenly, Andy, you feel your whole body wrapped in a massive spider's web.
Yeah.
And as you turn
Nope.
to see what had happened, lumbering on.
No, okay.
I don't want it.
that's a big spider.
I don't.
And its speed is going to be able to get it there.
No. No, thank you.
That one spider alone is everywhere with the big step in.
That is it for the giant spider, which is then going to bring us to Finn. You are up.
Oh, good. Kind of wordlessly, I just point over at Aaron and Andy's shoulders as taking a step back, the spider in front of Dwathi was looking to get a little crispy.
The one in front of Dwathi is looking fairly rough. It is still restrained by the entangle.
Right. Bigger fish to fry, or spiders in this case. I'm going to just send out another barrage of Scorching Ray, but all at the big one.
All at the big one. All right. Go ahead and make those attack
Kill it
rolls.
with fire. Very good. 23 to hit.
23 is going to hit.
Right. For 8 points of fire damage.
Whew.
Second attack. Oh my gosh, I'm on a roll. It's a soft 20.
Soft 20 will hit.
For another 9 points of fire damage. And 16
16 will also hit.
Amazing.
Okay.
It's going much better than last time. It's the mage armor. That's 9 points of fire damage.
Cool.
So as this massive spider has entered near into the camp, you can see venom dripping from its fangs and from 2 of its larger mandibles, again, just sticky with part of the web that it had just flung at Andy. Looking at this, you just hold your hand up and 3 beams immediately to a crisp until there's nothing but ash left.
Oh,
It's
yes,
gone.
Finn.
That was my partner, you webbed.
Holy Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
And I will then kind of do-si-do around Chauncey, putting him between me
Okay.
and any of the other spiders I currently see.
Okay. Well done. Nicely done, Finn.
Look, we got some proving ourselves to do.
That'll then bring us to Icon. You are up.
Nice shot. For a 14.
14 on the small giant spider will hit.
Small giant spider.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to qualify this.
For 8 points of piercing and 1 point of radiant.
8 points of piercing and 1 point of radiant as this one too wrapping around your spear before it ignites in radiant light and is gone.
Okay. And then, is your entangle?
Is that guy over there to the
But
north?
is it also on the ground?
Yeah, it's in. If you go in there, it's difficult
Difficult.
terrain.
All right. I am going to rush up to the other spider outside the camp
Okay.
and just kind of brace myself for if it comes within.
Right up to it?
Yeah, right up to it. I don't want to give it any other choice.
All right. Well then, that will bring us to the 2 spiders who entered on. The one directly in front of you, Icon, is going to take that attack at you.
Sure.
That is a 23 to hit.
That does hit.
It's going to be 7 points of piercing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw.
You said 7 points.
Mm-hmm.
Saving throw. That's 19.
That is a save. You only take 5 poison damage.
Only.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Eaten in.
The second spider is going to rush up to Duwathi.
Okay.
Divine favor goes down.
Okay.
My turn has not come back around yet, so I do not have my reaction.
It has
yet.
not. And it is
Okay.
going to take a bite attack to you.
Okay.
That is a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
For 4 points of piercing, and I need a Constitution saving throw.
Hold on real fast. I need to maintain concentration.
Not yet, because the total damage will be coming at the end.
Okay. Great. And
10. That is a failure.
okay.
You take an additional 8 points of poison damage.
Okay.
So for a total of 12.
Great. Hold on. Please give me keyboard. We're good.
Concentration
Thumbs
remains.
up.
That's it for those spiders. Bringing us to Andy. Andy, you are currently restrained, but you can try and get out of this with a strength check or other means. You could hack away at it, essentially.
Okay. I was like, what does that mean? All right. I'll try to get out, I guess.
Okay.
That is a 17.
17. The webbing had initially gotten you mostly out of surprise, but you are able to, just with your arms, rip over to the side, and the webbing falls right off of you. That was your action to do that.
Of course it was.
But you still have the rest of your turn.
Okay. I will. I'll go. maybe next to the campfire, like on the other side of it from Duothi.
Okay.
Yeah, like right there. Yeah. And that will be it.
Okay.
And then we'll have Chauncey, let's see. Let's have him go at the one behind Duothi.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, right there.
Hello, little guy.
And he'll attack.
Okay.
That is 15 to hit.
15 will hit that spider.
Great. So that's 8. That was the wrong die. That is 4 points of force
4
damage.
points of force damage. Okay.
And that will be both of our turns.
Okay. That is then going to bring us to Aaron. You are up. Duothi, you are on deck.
I like the cut of that sign, Chauncey. I'll follow suit, and I would like to advance as far as I can, GM, towards the one between Chauncey and Duothi, because I cannot reach the other as it isn't restrained. I will attack once again with Booming Blade. Another 8 is not going to hit, though.
It is not. As you rush up to it, suddenly there's a lot of chaos happening around this spider, and you just aren't able to get into it.
Just for clarity, GM, the tree is blocking my view. Can I see Iken from this position?
You absolutely
Right,
can,
okay.
yes.
I just want to keep eyes that direction. I will finish my turn.
Okay. That is then going to bring us to Duothi. You are up.
Okay, well, that was not fun. So, DM,
Mm-hmm.
it looks as though if I were to cast a spell that had a 10-foot radius sphere,
Mm-hmm.
that I would be able to get these two spiders in myself.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. In that case, once again, I will raise my fingers of my free hand above the ground, and all of the ground around me will wither and blacken as I cast Wither and Bloom. I need Constitution saving throws from both of them.
Okay. The spider that is restrained, that is going to be a 19.
That's a success.
The spider between you and Chauncey has a natural 20 on the die for a 21.
They still take damage. They still take damage.
Okay.
Okay. Oof. Oof. Okay. So they are going to take. Let me double check. Okay. So they both take 3 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
However, I can roll one of my hit dice to heal myself.
Nice.
So I'm going to do that. Healing myself for 12 points.
Nice.
Back at full.
Awesome sauce.
Okay.
That's going to be my turn.
All right. That is going to bring us to the top of the round. The spider that is still restrained is going to attempt to get out of that. That is a 15, Duothi.
Just gets out. As it does that, I'll use my reaction to make him make another con save.
Okay. That's going to be an 8.
That's a failure. He's going to take 2 points of necrotic damage.
2 points of necrotic damage. It's precisely what you needed.
Yes.
Oh.
As it breaks out of its restraint to turn to you, it reaches out to you with its long limbs, and one of its eyes immediately just falls out as it rots away, and the rest of it into just a slump of slurry on the ground.
Oh.
Well, that's about how I imagined that would go. Okay.
That was that for that spider, and this giant spider is dead, bringing us to Finn. You are up. Iken, you are on deck.
All right. Well, it looks like the one by everybody else is more than handled, so I'll turn my focus to Iken's spider.
Okay.
As I reach out, putting the pieces together in my head. Fire seems to be effective here, so let's convert a magic missile, but carrying the fire element.
Ooh.
Okay. Now with magic missile, do you need to see your target?
I do.
All right. So with the hedge right here, you're currently not in a line of sight, but you could move in.
I'll step in.
Getting to here would do it for you.
Sure. And no need to roll with magic missiles, so
Yeah, that's gonna
damage
be
coming out.
all them D4.
Yeah. All right, we got 5, 3, and 3 for a total of 11.
11. Very nice. 11 bits of fire damage as Ike, the spider that you're standing in front of, as if from behind you, you can see the rain of fire hit into the creature. It is still standing proudly, but that was well done.
All right, and I will. How much movement would you say? Probably about 10, 15 feet to get to where I am now?
It took you, 15 to get there.
Yep, just one more glance over my shoulder to assess. They definitely have this spider handled. I'm going to back up kind of where I came from.
Okay.
Yep.
That is then going to bring us to Iken, you are up.
Right, I'm just gonna keep stabbing at this spider. For an 11 to hit.
An 11 does not hit the spider.
Cool. Great. That was a really heavy trance. Don't love that. Just gonna hold my position here.
Okay. As it lunges back at you.
Yeah,
The 21 to hit.
yeah.
Rude.
7 points of piercing.
Okay.
And I need a Constitution saving throw.
So scared. So scared. 14.
14 saves.
Oh my god.
Take another 2 points of poison damage. And the spider that is surrounded by all of you is going to... Boy. Yeah, in reaction, I think it's going to rear back and take an attack over at Chauncey.
Cool.
An 18 to hit.
That hits, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that hits.
All right. And it is going to take... Chauncey is going to take 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
I would say give me a con saving
Nope,
throw, but
immune
since he's
to
immune to
poison.
poison,
Yeah.
that is that for the spiders.
Sorry, you said 6?
Yes, 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
That's then going to bring us to Andy, you are up. Aaron, you are on deck. Duathi, you are in the hole.
Okay, cool. This will probably be overkill, but
No such
seems
thing when it
fun.
comes to spiders.
So I'm gonna use catapult to catapult the fire at the spider next to Iken.
Okay.
So I just reach out and throw the fire
Go ahead and make that
at that
attack roll.
spider. And hopefully this works. Okay, what am I doing? Oh no, it's sorry. They have to make a dexterity.
Dexterity saving throw. It's a 12 on the save.
That fails.
Okay.
So that is 3d8.
Go ahead and roll that damage as Andy takes a strange contraption from their belt, points it at the fire, and one of the ember-ridden logs lifts up and boom. And
So that is. Sorry, I was just seeing if there's any additional. No. Okay, so math. That is 14 points.
14 points. As Iken, you are standing off against this spider that has just taken a severe bite into you. There is a flash of log and ember, and nothing is left as the spider just gets split across the field and is gone.
Cool.
Yeah!
Glad that worked. Great. So that's my turn, and then Chauncey is gonna go at that same spider.
Okay.
That is a natural one.
No, no.
Oh, poor Chauncey. Yeah. So that's it.
All right. Bringing us to Aaron. one who
Alright.
found the spiders to begin with.
Blinking to get the sparkles of light out of his eyes from that flying log, Aaron will his eyes will flash blue as he recalls one of the visions he had as he woke from his trance of a butcher skewering meat on a long roasting prong. As he stares down at this spider, he lunges towards it, rapier extended, and I'm going to use one of my portent abilities to make this a natural 20 on this attack.
Okay. With a natural 20, go ahead and roll damage.
Bankroll, baby.
Wow.
That is going to be 12 points of piercing damage.
12 points of piercing damage. As you look down at this spider, an explosion of ember happening behind you. The whole world stops for a split second, and you know exactly what's going to happen. And then it does, as your blade sinks directly between the abdomen and the head of this creature. Its whole body goes rigid for a moment. As you push deeper, it sinks into the ground, and you then press your blade farther and farther until you have pinned this specimen flattened into the ground, and it stops moving.
Wow.
And as you look about, there appear to be no more spiders in the dawn as the morning has come.
Is everyone all good?
I'm immediately going to run over to Icon. Icon, are you okay?
I
You do not look good.
am not good.
Okay. Do you need me to help?
I can cover a bit of it. That last one, just vomit.
I don't question any further. I immediately just shove my hand onto Icon's back as he's falling over vomiting, just like right here. Where's spine and neck kind of meet there. I'll cast Cure Wounds at first level.
Thanks.
That's 11 points of healing for you.
Oh, so good. And then I will pump 5 more points of my lay on hands.
Okay.
You'll
Well-
see Aaron's knees kind of shake a little bit, his eyes still milky white as his vision returns to normal, and he steps, yanks his rapier off of the, as I yank the rapier off of the spider off my rapier. I'll turn around and be like, certainly not the cup of joe I was hoping for, but
No, that was a really interesting way to wake up.
I'm certainly awake now.
Yeah.
Andy, are you okay? You still have bits of web all over you. Let me
you
take
know.
care of that. And I step up to Andy and kind of mimic that nurturing response that I see my new companions making as I use prestidigitation to clean the web off of Andy.
Thank you, Finn. Also, I'm sorry, we're useless in battle. I'm pretty sure you killed that humongous spider in 2 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. Perhaps I just need a sense of mortal dread or fear for my own life. And rather than confidence, because that's where that came from, I'm pretty sure.
I won't let you talk bad about yourself ever again.
yes, quite impressive. Quite impressive indeed. This is far more infested than I imagined, but
And by spiders everywhere, I assume
They meant it pretty good earlier, I'm thinking.
we probably didn't get them all.
no, we
No.
must work quickly now.
Yeah.
I mean, presumptively, we got attacked by spiders.
Yeah.
We just got attacked by spiders again. So, this is just where the home of the spiders.
Right. And there are still spiders here, but they're dead. Maybe that will be a warning sign?
No,
Are spiders smart? I don't know.
I don't know. Wow. Okay.
Let's take a
Let's-
moment.
Yeah.
Let's regroup for just a second. So the dawn, it's starting to lighten up.
Yes, you can see the rays of light now. It's beyond the soft blues of the early morning. There's actually light peeking over the horizon. You can hear the morning birds begin to chirp and sing. The skittering of spiders that you had heard, that you had woken up to, is completely gone. And you can actually see all around. It's a clear morning.
Well, I guess since we're up, should I try to use my stuff to test out this quill and
Yeah.
figure out maybe a little bit more about what it is? So I have my alchemist's tools, or the supplies. Do I need to roll something?
What is it exactly that you're trying to do with this?
Just, I think we had said before, because Dr. Sada was going to do some experiments on it to find out more about the quill, or, whatever it is. And I think we had said that I could use...
You can. So my question is, what is it you're trying to learn from this?
More about maybe what it's made of, and maybe knowing more about what it's made of will help us kind of figure out where it comes from.
Okay.
Logical place to start.
I can maybe help you. I'm a fairly quick study, and while I was trancing, I sort of concentrated on what you were doing, so I could probably help you if you would like.
That sounds great.
I'm happy to take notes.
Cool.
As overnight, I, during my trance, gave myself proficiency in alchemist tools, having watched Andy.
Okay.
Cool.
So this would be a long process.
Okay.
Would probably take you the better part of a short rest to
Okay.
do some experimentation on this. But the two of you sitting down together to work on this, you can either have this roll be at advantage, or you can each make a roll.
I'll be helping you, so if
Okay.
you want to roll with advantage.
What am I adding to this?
So this will be a intelligence check with your
Okay.
proficiency.
Okay, cool. Nice. So that is a 19.
19.
Very nice.
Wow. Okay. While Andy and Duathy sit at their bedrolls with this new little kit of experimenting tools that Andy has crafted, seemingly almost out of nothing. Is there anything else that the three of you would like to be doing?
The cart's nearby, correct?
The cart is nearby, yes. You've moved inland from the river's edge, and the cart itself is back that direction.
I would like to, remembering where I had last left off and last looked before we hopped back on the logs, I'd like to see if there was any sign of struggle of the individual who was at the cart before. Like if there's any blood direction or tracks, I guess, for the scuffle that took place there.
Okay. So with Icon heading off towards the cart, two of you see, well, the four of you see him heading off. Okay. Walking up towards the cart, it takes you not a long while to get there, maybe about a minute's worth of walking. But you come out from the very scattered tree line where you had been, and you can see the river flowing beautifully in the morning. Across from that, the much denser forest. And there to your right, right at that edge in the river, you can see the cart resting, broken down as you had left it days before. Go ahead and give me I'll let this be, if you're looking specifically for these tracks, your choice of either investigation or survival, depending on how you want to do this.
I want to do survival. I kind of want to get my sense of how creatures and people interact, like
Okay.
that vibe. 4.
4. Okay. Okay. You spend a lot of time around this cart. The last time that you had been there, everything had happened so quickly, and now, being able to take it in once again, you look about to see if something might have been dragged, what could have happened. But every time you look around, all you feel are flashbacks to your initial moments here. That first fight, the fear of losing your comrades, and the fear of what had happened here. It just consumes you. You look back over at the river, you remember fording down it. You look back at your camp, and you can see it from here somewhat clearly. You look farther into the tree line, and you think there must be something there.
Mm-hmm.
You're just not 100% sure what and where.
Cool. I'll just mosey around and come back to the group eventually.
During this short rest, if anyone would like to take advantage of it, because this will essentially be you wake up and you have an hour here at the camp.
I imagine it wouldn't be non-stop note-taking for an hour, as I am very unfamiliar with the alchemical working, so I'd fall into just writing about the experience, a report on how that went, and reflections on what may have been different this time for myself, and in doing so, I gain a second-level spell slot back through arcane recovery.
Okay.
And I would like to kind of keep an eye on just the surroundings, just for any additional movement in the trees that looks spindly. Also steadying my nerves after that harrowing wake-up call, and I would also spend a little bit of time reciting my mother's spells underneath my breath again, and I will also use arcane recovery to regain the spell
So
slot.
go ahead and give me a quick perception if you're essentially doing a
I'll just
watch during this time.
23 with a natural 20 on the die.
All right. Nice. Looking out, keeping an eye over the camp, you're able to look off and see Icon meandering around the broken down cart. You look past and you see Duathi and Andy feverishly focused in on this spine. You look at Finn jotting down in his notes. You scan the entire horizon. You can see the tree line. No movement. You see a small flock of birds just fly off from the trees. Doesn't appear to be anything else. As this time goes by, Andy and Duathi, the organic matter, it's difficult to discern exact compounds, what sort of flesh it might be. But as you crack into it, you get this sense that whatever was in there, it was less meaty than a lot of other creatures, and you think that it might be somewhat more related to the creatures that you had just encountered. And that the natural part of this is much more akin to a carapace or an outer shell. The metal, you have a much harder time working on. You're able to scrape away some of it, and you are able to discern that it is dense and tough. But luckily you have a small pick that is able to remove just enough dust from it. You take the dust and you are able to mix it with some of your chemical components. It has a similar composition to that of a forged steel. But as it breaks down, you are able to figure out that this is actually somewhat of an alloy. And in addition to the steel, there's hints of silver. But the entire time that you work on this, what puzzles you the most is the overlap. Because there's a very clear area where the carapace goes under and this the metal bends over it almost like a worn piece of armor. But as you look beneath the overlap, you can see that it is indeed a fusion where one blends almost seamlessly into the other.
Okay. All right. That's interesting. Basically, the organic part is really more like a shell,
Mm-hmm.
and the metal is some sort of steel and silver alloy, but the way it overlaps in the middle is pretty baffling.
It is very foreign to me. It does not make any sense. No.
It's a very weird marriage of organic and
Well,
metal that I don't quite understand.
well, I suppose it helps us to know it better when we see it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, this does not mean anything to me. But
No.
I'm glad I could help you.
Thank you so much.
I have a very rudimentary understanding of nature, so perhaps I'm grasping at straws, but maybe this is something you are familiar with. A tree, I understand, as a sapling, does not have the thick bark that the trees around us have. These, I imagine, must be much older trees. What makes them change? When do they stop being soft, fleshy saplings and armored?
Well, it's usually the time that it spends in the elements, right? It grows up in the cold winds, harsh weather. It needs to adapt or die.
Any theorizing that whatever spawned these spines is more advanced than a natural creature of this world?
I don't think I have enough information yet to call it a theory. I'm just seeing patterns, calling them what they are. Perhaps coincidence, perhaps meaning.
Yeah.
It is hard to say.
No, like, do you mean this is like a bug shell? Like,
Yeah, it's definitely more similar to, I mean, for an example, the spiders that we just fought than like cartilage or bone.
And sure, this is foreign to you too. I mean, I know you have Chauncey, and he's obviously not a creature that I am used to. But
No.
you've never seen anything.
I mean, not like we went over this already. It's not like anything I've ever seen before.
Nothing.
No.
Okay.
It's I mean, it does make me think that it's related in some way to the contraband that we were looking for, because it's like an automaton, a mixture of natural and metal.
Again, whether coincidence or related, definitely seems like something the low keepers would be
Yeah.
interested in knowing. I imagine the conservators as well.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe maybe what we should go do is go try to find the body that the owl spoke of
yeah.
at this point, because I feel like there's a little bit of circling happening, and maybe we could go check out that body, and maybe we can kind of see where it is in the body and stuff. I know it's kind of gross, but it doesn't
Yeah,
bother
it's
me.
Fine.
Yes.
I mean, that's really the only lead that we've got.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
this contraband, is it possible that it was living contraband?
mean, all we know is that there was possible trading and selling of automatons.
Right, but
But
And
we
that
do.
is contraband?
Well,
unsanctioned.
yeah. If it's not approved or made by
Right.
conservators or old technology. I mean, this is obviously not old technology.
Right.
It's very new.
And as far as I understand, the antique technology that Chauncey was rebuilt from,
yeah,
and
not
any
like this.
sanctioned technology I've heard of doesn't grow on its own.
No,
or
doesn't use organic
evolve or-
materials.
Right. Mutation. Sada said that word. That is
Yeah.
not possible, as far as my understanding.
So basically, there could be something out and about that's very high tech,
Yeah.
and it's on the loose
Yep.
in these woods. Yeah, let's go look at that dead body.
Yes. Yes.
Sounds cool.
Quickly, Jim, when Andy mentioned silver, would I have any understanding of the magical properties silver might contain?
Give me a quick arcane check.
Sure. Skills. 15.
15. Immediately, you know that silver is a common ingredient in a lot of magical components, alchemical components. You also know of legend of some of its more mystical properties.
Okay.
So you do have a fair understanding of it having a connection to magic. But there is nothing specifically that this is tying to that pops into your mind.
I'll keep that information to myself in that case, as I don't have a connection in mind yet either.
Okay. Yeah, let's go see the body. And we have to remember, I have to fix that cart. And
Yeah.
so we can bring it
But
back.
it can stay here for now.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about it yet.
Okay. The owl said that it was east
Yeah.
of the cart, fairly much just like.
All right.
Right.
So lead the way.
Let's go.
Sure.
Stay close.
Yes.
I'll take up the rear.
I'll go towards the front.
Yeah. We'll head it up since we were told.
All right. So really quick, a marching order. We've got Duathi and Aiken up front.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron can follow directly behind them. I will.
And it'll be Finn and Andy with
Yes.
Chauncey tailing behind.
Okay. As this motley crew wanders with purpose into the woods, attempting to go as east as possible from the cart. Duathi or Aiken, whoever is heading this, I will need a survival check for.
You're probably
Sure.
better.
Okay.
I'll assist you.
Okay, that works for me. You can give me some assistance. Oh, that's great. That's a soft 20.
Soft 20. Duathi, you have an affinity for finding your way through the wilderness, whatever wilderness that might be. And you are able to immediately look towards the cart and look towards the world around you, and remembering the direction that the owl had pointed in with its wing. And in your mind, a clear line is almost drawn from the cart, and you can visualize it in nature. And you begin to follow that line. Stepping through the woods, it never becomes dense. Not nearly as dense as the woods on the other side of the river. The tree line continues to be sporadic, but the farther away you get from the river, the more fallen leaves and branches and twigs. The ground around you becomes more and more littered with remnants of nature. Very quickly, you lose sight of the cart, and the sound of the river begins to fade into the back. How are we going through the woods?
I know I would say I'm probably not. Oh. Should have rethought about my spells, I think. That's okay. I would say that I'm probably not feeling pretty confident, so I'm not really going stealthily, but carefully.
Oh,
Trying to keep my ears and eyes open.
and what's everyone's passives again?
14.
12.
13.
16.
13.
As you move forward, Duathi at the head of this line, you spot it first. You can see one of the tree trunks has some of the bark broken away from it, and a low broken branch. And specifically, a large metallic spine sticking out of it.
Is it about the same size as the ones that we have found?
It is within the realm, yes. As you approach it to take a look, looking back at all the ones that you have seen, this one appears to be on the smaller side,
Okay.
but is very clearly one of them, yes.
We've got another one.
So we do.
Since I have the tube, can I carefully take it out
Absolutely.
and put it in the tube?
How do you take this out of the tree?
I guess. I mean, I'm trying to figure out what the least dangerous way to take it out.
As you approach the tree itself, you can see that though it is a smaller of these barbs, it does appear to be fairly well embedded into the wood.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I do have wood carver's tools. Can I try to carve it out of the tree?
Amazing.
Sure, absolutely.
Cool.
Anyway, give me a dexterity check, but since you're using your wood carver's tools, go ahead and add a +2 to this.
Okay. That's a 14.
14. You decide to take your hammer and chisel and work it right up onto the edge where the spine has gone in, and with one quick hit, the spine actually pops out quicker than you would have anticipated, and it rests in the leaves. The tip of it appears dry.
Okay. I'll pick it up by the metal part, because that's the. Wait, which part is the pointy end?
So the entire spine, the end of it is entirely metal,
Okay.
and that's the pointy end. But the entire top half of these spines
Is
is
the-
pointed, and the bottom half is all the carapace.
Okay. If it's just on the ground, I'm honestly gonna just open the tube and try to just like slide it in there and
Easily.
not touch it as much as possible.
From the back end, which is rounded,
Yeah.
but still somewhat it's very much like a porcupine quill,
Right.
where though one end is clearly sharper than the other end is still somewhat sharp.
Just don't want to hurt myself.
And you're able to push it in. You get a little bit of the debris of the leaves from
That's fine.
the floor in there, but
Cool.
you have another one.
Close up the tube, put it in my bag.
All right. You can go ahead and mark down that you have found another
Hey.
spine.
I would like to go look at the tree and see if maybe the squid caused the tree damage.
Okay.
If when it impacted in the tree, if it maybe poisoned the tree or anything like that.
Sure. I'll let you Give me a nature check.
Okay. You've been very nice tonight, so let's use it.
And can I look around for the body that we are in search for from this vantage point?
Absolutely, yeah. Go ahead and why don't you give me an investigation?
Sure.
No,
It's 14.
14. Looking at the tree, you can see that a lot of the bark missing. It looks like there's actually some scratches on it as well, and that is what has removed the bark. There is a small eruption area from where the barb had gone in. You aren't sure if this is... You can see where there is some from the chisel, but it does look as though a little bit of this was taken away from the initial impact. But the tree itself, it doesn't look as though any sort of change or harm has come to the tree from the barb having injected into it.
Okay. Well, nonetheless, I'll just rub my hand over the top and use Druidcraft to try and pull some of the bark back up over
Absolutely.
the
As you
opening.
place your hand on the bottom of where the bark has gone missing and waving your hand up, the bark begins to grow and encase up. And as it gets to where the barb had hit, it begins to spiral around until there is not a knot, but a very clear spiral of bark, creating that point.
And just pet it a little bit and then pat back down.
I rolled an 8, so not great, but I imagine I found myself a few acorns up in the tree that I'm trying to
Looking
suss out
around,
and not-
there is no sign of any body, no sign of any dragging, nothing.
You said this piece was lower to the ground? Like low on the tree, it was lower?
Yes,
About how high up?
about 2 feet up, between 2 and 3 feet.
I'd like to get on my hands and knees and just kind of put myself in the, put my butt up against the tree that had been hit
Mhm.
and look down that way to see if there was like a shooting pattern or something, if there's other barbs and other trees coming from that direction, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
our methods may differ, but our line of thinking is very much aligned, as I too would have been thinking about the trajectory that would have embedded it here. Where did it come from based on its angle, based on its height?
Where did it come from? Where did it go?
So, sitting down and looking from the direction, give me a perception on this.
Yeah.
And is there a way that you were thinking that you...
I would have come about it much more like mathematically. Like, what angle is it in the tree? How much force did it seem to displace with the shrapnel or with the damage that was there before Andy had
Gotcha.
begun to chisel at it?
So, as Duathy has begun recreating the bark, before the spiral has fully encased the point of impact, you are able to think about the direction. Go ahead and give me an investigation and see what you can't see.
Right.
6.
A 6.
Oh, buddy.
Looking
8.
back, an 8.
Oh.
Looking through, you can see lots of low branches, but no additional damage on any of the other trees. And as you look at the, trying to find that point of trajectory, you look past, and you feel for a moment that you have it, but you need to double check, and by the time you've looked back, it's gone.
Well, I can say with at least 50% accuracy, it came from somewhere in that direction.
Yeah, same. Okay.
Onward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Not much to learn from this tree.
Is the direction we've been heading kind of the general, like, is it on that side of the tree?
As you look at it, it is mostly in the same line. It is actually slightly off to the right by a few degrees, but it is very much in line to the path that you have been taking.
Great.
Yes, let's make a note of that and keep going, yeah?
Yeah. Maybe we just, look a little bit more towards that direction and keep going in a straight line. I'm feeling really confident about the way we're going. It's pretty due east, and the owl was like straight shot. But we should keep our eye that direction a little bit just in case.
Maybe a few of us looking kind of down.
Sure.
Yeah, let's keep going.
All right.
Okay. As you continue on in this leg of the journey, at this point, an hour has passed from your walk from the river's edge. The sun is now making its way nearly into the height of the sky. And the ground itself has become much less flat and level and a little more varied. There are highs, there are lows. You can feel yourself having to not quite go up a hill, but clearly you are beyond just plains. Up ahead, you see what looks to be the first thing you could consider a hill as it begins to go straight up. And almost directly ahead of you, where the ground begins to rise, trees to either side of it, you see the opening of a cave. It's a dark speck on the hill at first. And as you move closer and closer, the hole appears to be fairly large, about 4 to 5 feet tall. And there are fallen rocks to either side of it. To the left, there seems to be a slumped over body.
I found a body.
Yeah, let's not touch it.
Okay.
Certainly not.
At this point, it is still far enough away from you that you're able to see all of this, but you are not close enough to do any sort of examination.
Right.
It's just outside of the...
As if slumped
Cave.
over the edge of the cave opening.
Okay.
Slumped over in a way that is very clearly dead, or could it be asleep?
It's you can check.
Sure. I'll keep an eye on that
Okay.
as we approach, just looking for any sign of movement and any unnatural, like, oh man, I would not want to sleep like that.
I'll go with. I'm not too
Yeah.
bothered by dead bodies.
Okay.
When we get close enough, I'll take the butt end of my spear and just, like, just in case it blows up, just be careful.
Sure.
Right.
And I'll kind of...
Now, before you get
Jiggle.
close enough
Oh.
to poke at the body, you can see this is very clearly the remains of a humanoid, fairly decayed. It is unrecognizable at this point. Strands of clothing are still strewn about it. Bits of dried bone are exposed to the air. Still pieces of flesh are somewhat attached to it, but have very much dried up in the sun. However, protruding out of it are 4 spines, 3 in the chest, and 1 directly in the throat,
No.
as its head has slumped back against the rock.
Does this look tactical?
Give me an insight check.
That's cloaked. Still insight. That's 8.
8.
It's more than 5.
It doesn't appear to be a solid grouping, so it doesn't look like a trained archer. And from the angle where you are, you can see that it's also not in a purely straight line. It appears to be somewhat sporadic along the body. The one in the throat does look fairly straight on, however.
Got 4 more.
And just to confirm, they don't look like they grew out of this creature. They look like they stabbed into it.
Good question.
From first appearance, yes, it looks like the pointy end that you've grown accustomed to seeing now is in it.
Okay, well, see, here's the thing. I'm just gonna say right now, I was kind of hoping that this creature would, be the thing that was like, oh, found it, creature shooting spines. Whoop. But, nope.
No.
So So that's neat.
Although if we stick around long enough, Sada seemed to have thought perhaps, well, you get a spine put in you, soon you'll be growing them yourselves. At least that is one possible theory.
You know, chewing through my spell slots, but give me a quick second. I count this as yeah, I can. If I could have, before we start moving this thing around too much, can I have maybe 10 minutes with it?
Absolutely.
Or so. Yeah. Because if I spend a little bit of time with it, I can make sure that it does not get back up.
Sure. Would love some reassurance in that regard.
Okay. I'll sit down and start examining the way it is decaying and the way it is going back into the ground. And I'd like to take 10 minutes to ritually cast Gentle Repulse.
Okay. As Duathi takes some time to look over this body, over the course of these 10 minutes, slowly you can see the plant life in the ground begin to move, begin to grow up, and almost hold this body. Moss begins to grow on the rocks beneath it, creating almost a small bed, until gentle flowers begin to sprout out from the remains of the corpse at the completion of your spell.
So it won't decay anymore if we need to bring this body back to Sada. But it also won't, go.
Good.
Wonderful.
For the best. I feel like, I feel like the cart would be the easiest way to transport the body, so I don't know if some of us want to stay here and I can go fix the cart and come back.
We're quite a ways.
I
It's
know.
been walking quite a long. I'm compelled to wonder how it managed to wander this far inland
Right.
on its own. So, as well as I want to retrieve this and secure it, I am also... I'm nervous to let anybody wander off on their own.
How far away again did we walk?
At least an hour and a half.
Okay. If you wanted to, just, burn into all my stuff, but if you wanted to, I could get us there and back pretty quickly. If you wanted me to go with you, I could
That sounds
cut
great.
that down
Yeah.
fairly significantly.
If the rest of you want to stay here, we can.
I mean, presumably we'll all have to head back that way eventually. It seems maybe we could just carry the body. I'd hate to split up. Andy, please don't leave me.
Okay, yeah, we can
It's
try
not
to.
that far to carry
I
a
can-
mostly
I can-
desiccated body.
I can also get that body back, no problem. If it's only about an hour away, I can get hour and a half away. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I can carry the body back the whole way.
Okay.
Are we within viewing distance of this cave entrance, GM?
Oh, at this point you were right by the opening.
Is it? This might be a long shot, but does it appear that the body stumbled away as if it was coming from the cave or going into the cave? Is there any way of discerning that?
Sure. You can give me a... We'll have this one be another investigation.
Sure. That would be a 12.
12. Looking at the body, now with the plant growth around it, it's hard to look at the rock that was beneath it and how it had been resting. But looking over it, you can tell, in addition to the wounds, which were likely the cause of death, it very clearly also had multiple broken bones, specifically one of its legs. And you can see gnaw marks on a few of the bones, as if they'd been chewed on. But based on whether or not it was going in or coming out of the cave, you can't tell.
Okay. Forgive me, friends, but the proximity of this corpse here to the opening of this cave does not escape me as a coincidence. Never been one for underground exploration. However, we should definitely keep an eye on this particular region for additional scary monsters. Whether it's something from the river, as was previously attacking the cart, or the Fairbanks ventures to this cave, or something from beneath ground comes up ground level and proceeds towards the water, that might give us additional clues to follow. It's hard to tell.
Okay, so we're not going into this cave, though.
Not at this moment. No.
I hate to say this. I kind of want to go in.
Okay.
I think want and need are different.
Yes.
I don't really want to go in there, but I think we might need to go in.
Oh, we could return with one body and a couple quills and call it good. We brought peace and order to the wilds. No?
I mean, I don't think we did.
No, I'm sorry. If you couldn't read that, that's sarcasm.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not very good at it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you two gonna be okay in there, or do you need torches?
If somebody can show me how to light this torch.
Yeah. Chauncey can see in the dark.
A torch might not necessarily be necessary. I can hold up your spear for a moment. Flip it over if you don't mind. And I will touch the butt ends and cast light.
Oh.
That is bright.
That's a
Okay.
hand trick.
This way, everyone can see everything.
Great.
All right.
Okay.
Keep the torches handy because fire is very useful.
Yeah.
As we learn this morning.
Should not be understated.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's maybe be quiet
Absolutely.
going in here.
Really should have done my spells. That's okay.
I'm not sure me and Chauncey are super quiet, but we'll do what we can.
Neither am I, but I think slow and steady
Yeah.
going in.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's okay.
What?
Next time. I'll remember that for next time. And
This cave could go miles. What's the primary goal of this new adventure? What are we looking for down there? What's our primary goal,
I think
folks?
we're looking for the source of.
Sure.
The same thing we're looking for out here.
Okay.
okay.
I mean, we can check the body again before we go in.
I suppose we could rule out any other possible avenues before we take the plunge, so to speak. We could look for evidence of other people coming and going from here, any other path that would keep us out of the cave.
Really quickly, I would actually like to look at the body. Having looked at Dr. Sada's office at the zombies, I'd like to see if this one bears any resemblance or if it's just a dead guy.
Give me a medicine check.
Okay. Ooh, 19.
19. Looking over this creature, or remains of a creature, this humanoid looks as though most of its flesh is gone. But what little flesh remains around the puncture wounds of these barbs does appear to have been affected by something. You can see where boils were beginning. But so much of it is gone that it doesn't look as though it was able to do anything. None of the... From this angle, you can actually see where the boils had been created. Within the flesh, there are miscolored veins. They are a deep so dark it's almost mistaken as a blue, but it's actually a dark green. Discoloration. And you can see this where the flesh has ended. It's unable to connect to anything else.
Okay.
But
Well,
with a 19, you will have noticed that any of the areas that, the disconnected areas of what remains on this creature appear to have been unaffected.
okay. Well, I could be wrong. This is me sort of reading into what I'm seeing here, but what it sort of looks like to me is that this thing was maybe too far gone to get back up.
Makes sense.
That it was too destroyed when it died to get back up. But it still did not for lack of trying.
Yeah, we should try to bring this whole thing back. Before, if we do want to go into the cave, I'd like to take my dagger, hold my shield out in front of my face, and just kind of scrape along where Dwathi saw the green marks to see if it's solid underneath there. Like, does it get any resistance?
There is a bit of resistance, as at this point, it's so sun-dried that it's toughened up.
Then feeling that extra resistance, I'll just cut into it until I just reach that green.
Sure. As you do it, the meat that is there, it crackles a little, and opens, and you are able to see kind of where it splits that it is indeed that deep green running through a vein.
And it's liquid?
No, at this point everything has dried up.
Okay. Okay. It was in the vein itself.
Objectively, I'm fascinated, but the colors kind of drain from my face as I watch Aiken go about this. But I'm trying to see the forest through the trees here. And it's actually led me to another question about trees. What did you do to that tree? The bark grew.
Yeah.
So, I have a hypothesis.
Okay.
What would happen if the tree was too far gone? What if there wasn't bark to repair? Could you?
Not with what I was doing. No, it would require a lot more power.
And had you not, could the tree have done that itself over time?
Not as quickly and probably not as well. No.
It'd be a scar, usually.
I'm seeing a lot of similarities here. The one thing I can't reconcile is that seems to be a part of nature. This does not, but the similarities strike me nonetheless.
I presume no. But you're not used to seeing icky, creepy dead things go, right?
Oh, people return bark to a tree or help in the decomposition of a corpse. No,
Fair
I'm
enough.
not.
I just want to know if this is as unusual as it feels.
Everything
It
out
is.
here is unusual
Okay.
to me.
Okay.
I haven't seen anything like this, and I've been out for a while.
Me neither. Okay.
Right.
So, we go in?
I guess. Reluctantly, I think that is the best course of action.
If we're looking for a monster and we're going to bring that monster's remains back to Dr. Sada,
I mean, if I was
Well.
looking for shelter, a cave is a good place.
yeah, that's why I typically don't go in there.
Yeah.
When you are protecting people, this is what you do. You go in.
Exactly.
If I could just offer one protection, if should we venture deeper into this tunnel, let me protect our rear. The same spell that I cast last night to alert us of intruding spiders can be used at the mouth of this cave, just in case anybody else ventures and is following on our tracks. So it'll take a little bit, about approximately the same time as Dorothy's wonderful lichen ritual. But I think it is smart to cover our asses.
Yeah, I think that's
I agree.
a good
So
idea.
when ready, I'll cast the alarm spell around the mouth of the cave, and I'll bring up the rear of the party.
I'll step in first with the light.
Light.
The baton.
Yeah, le baton.
And as you step through, Andy, you hear a soft whirring of gears. And looking back at Chauncey, who is looking at the opening of the cave and shakes slightly, and you could tell almost in excitement. And as the group enters into the cave, we are going to take a brief intermission there, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, yay, we do get to see it. We do get to see it.
We are going to be right back. We're going to take a 10-minute break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to find out what is inside. We'll see you shortly. Welcome back, everyone. We have no announcements of any sorts to do with these intermissions at the moment, so we're going to go ahead and dive right back in to our episode. As our party has found themselves stepping in to the opening of a cave. The tunnel itself is fairly compact, a few of you definitely needing to stoop as you get in. Those of you with dark vision would normally be very grateful for it. However, with the light coming out of the end of the butt of Icon's staff, thanks to Aaron, the entire pathway is illuminated. As soon as you've stepped in, the world outside begins to echo, and the tunnel continues forward and forward.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly and steadily.
Yes.
Go onward.
All right. You said you were doing this stealthily, yes?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's possible.
May I
Stealthy.
have stealth checks
Oh,
from everyone,
joy.
including Chauncey?
Okay.
God.
Ooh. Okay, these days really can't stay with me.
Yeah, this one's done.
Let's-
Oh, there's some hair right there. Ooh.
Sorry, that was not that. Okay.
All right.
Natural 1.
For a total of
7.
7,
I'm in the back.
11.
11,
21.
21 for you and for Chauncey?
Stealth is a dex.
Yes.
Cool. That's an 18.
Wow. Dwell,
22.
22
10.
and 10. A wide spray clearly sounds echoing from the back of the party, but towards the front you are able to quite deftly move in this new environment. Though many of you are incredibly unfamiliar with this sense of the underground. And being fully encapsulated like this, there is a sense of claustrophobia that begins to draw in as the tunnel just continues on. The light does, however, show that it appears to veer slightly towards the right.
Do the walls of this cavern look like a natural cave, or does it look like it's been worked?
Give me your choice of nature or investigation check.
Yeah, we'll do nature. Oh my god. Okay. That's a 6.
A 6. The walls, it's very difficult to say. You can see where some lines might be claw marks, where some could have just been from the rocks falling. I will say, however, with a 6, looking around a tunnel like this, it's not hard for you to know that most caves and openings that are made are not this narrow, this long, and this, though not perfectly cylindrical, this close.
Okay. Yeah, getting a funny feeling in here.
What do you mean, Icon?
Well, it just seems fairly uniform. And you know, like natural caves and rocks and stuff are pretty jagged and have their own unique characteristics. So something made this.
Do you think it was people?
Can't tell.
Perhaps this is an old mining shaft.
Could be. Could be a burrowing creature.
Possibly.
Do you have either of those things out here?
I mean, I would assume.
I mean, we have one. Presumably.
I mean, in a way.
You said that Chauncey was from a former life?
Yeah. I mean, Could I do an investigation check to see if a big Chauncey maybe made this?
Why don't you go ahead? Yeah, give me an investigation with your knowledge of how things like this were made, and specifically Chauncey. You can do this at advantage.
Cool. Big Chauncey. Big Chauncey.
Well, that is a natural 20 and a natural 1.
So the 20 plus your
The
investigation.
20, that would be a 25.
25. You know that the drill on both the back and the undercarriage of Chauncey, in the past would have left a very clear marking on this tunnel, and would have made a very precise cut. However, you also know that Chauncey wouldn't really be able to do that for too very long.
Right.
And looking about this doesn't look as though it was made by anything mechanical in nature.
Okay. All right. Yeah, not Chauncey. Maybe not something mechanical like him.
Okay.
It would be cleaner.
So, the second part of my question then, do you have big burrowing creatures that make holes in the side of rocks out here?
We just saw some really, really big spiders.
Okay.
I can imagine. I haven't seen a lot of creatures up close and personal. Something this size would be quite large.
Okay.
Right.
And just to confirm, we are not in the area that you call the Prowling Fields, right?
We are on the opposite side of where the Prowling Fields are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it, and you told me there are monsters there. Yeah?
Mhm.
Okay. So is it unusual for there to be monsters here?
I mean, there would be overlap. You know, it's not like there's a wall in between the Prowling Fields and here.
Fair enough. Okay.
Dr. Soda only seemed to be aware of various wolves and spiders.
Yeah.
So anything of this enormity would have certainly been on her alert, I would
Huh.
presume.
Kind of far out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it was known about, I guess.
However, creatures do migrate and
Yeah.
move when prompted, so we will only have to
What do you
dig
do?
further.
Okay.
As we continue to walk, I'd like to just kind of keep a little bit track of our elevation. Like, does it feel like we're continuing to go down or up? Or
Absolutely. As it stands right now, it's feeling fairly level, and you haven't gone too much farther before the turn in the tunnel. And you see it's less of a full turn, but more of the right side of the tunnel seems to have, the lower half has been collapsed open, and the upper half was just part of the wall. Almost as if a new opening to this tunnel. You're able to peer in, and it looks like it opens out into a much larger space.
Oh. Okay. I'll poke the spear end a little bit deeper and just peer my head into the larger space.
Absolutely. So you have to duck your head low to peer out, but the light, once it passes through, illuminates a massive cave. You can hear the soft trickling of water dripping, and stalactites holding on from the ceiling, stalagmites growing from the base. There's a soft dampness that hits your face as you look in, but it is cool and refreshing. It looks like a much more natural opening.
Great. There's an opening. How often can you make things light up again?
As often as you like.
Can you do it something that we can throw? Like a rock?
Sure. Can I look around just for any loose pebble or boulder or bird skull or anything.
Of course. Bird skull, very few of. But pebbles and stones,
Yeah.
the whole floor of this tunnel seems to have been littered with debris and remnants.
Sure,
It's
can I-
not as smoothed out as the
Can I
walls.
find one about the size of an apple?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then snap my fingers, and the light will extinguish from Icon's spear, and I will snap it again once, and the boulder in my hand. Tally ho.
That's handy.
I'm thinking we can toss it in,
Mm-hmm.
and if there is anything in there, it'll distract it.
I'm going to immediately just my staff and
Are you all okay if we want to press further?
Sure.
Why not? We made it
We're
this
here.
far.
Yeah.
This entrance into the larger cave, does it go down in, or is it just kind of straight through?
It seems to be level. The only reason you have to lower down is to look into the lower half of the opening. So as you chuck the light in,
Yeah, I'd like to chuck it
I hand it off
into
to Icon. He's definitely got.
as close to the center of the room as possible.
sure. Go ahead and give me an athletics check. See how close into that center you're able to get.
Yeah, that'll be a 13.
13. So you huck this rock and it, and you can hear the stone hitting stone echoing through this chamber, and suddenly the whole room is bright with light.
Did that make anything move?
You don't hear anything.
Cool. Neat. Alright, I'll go down first, and I'll wriggle my way in and leave enough room for people to follow.
I'll go right behind.
And just to confirm, not Gauntlet Master, Game Master, the tunnel we were following continues on. This is
No, this appears to be the end of it.
the end of it. Okay, great. All right. Aaron, you want to hold the back?
I shall guard the rear.
All right. You and me together, Andy.
Let's go.
Okay.
Does Chauncey fit?
So going through, had you gone through first? So
Yeah.
then Finn and Andy following through. As you turn to see Chauncey, he does have to kind of lower himself in, and as he scrunches through, the top of his drill actually breaks open the stone. So he had to carve a little bit of his own way.
Oh.
You know
But
Just a little
barely.
Chauncey-shaped hole.
That's
yeah.
fine.
But it appears to have now made it slightly easier for everyone else to get through.
Great.
And as you enter into this space, it is indeed a much larger cave opening. This natural cave appears to be about 15 feet tall, and it is just a large abscess of open space within this hillside.
You said there was some moisture felt in the air. Does there appear to be like any pools or continuation of spring anywhere in this cave?
Looking about, you don't see any pools or streams, but you do hear the dripping of water, and looking around you can see from the stalactites and stalagmites that appears to be the main moving water that is in here. And from everyone who's in there at the moment, why don't you go ahead and give me perception checks?
Right.
Oh, you had to do me dirty
Yep.
sometimes.
It's due for a bad roll.
No, just
Yeah, me
just
too.
a tree.
Me too.
All right.
6.
6.
5.
9.
5.
Oh Oh no.
Looking about this whole room,
I'm proficient in this.
Me too.
you can see that from where you are, the cave opens up and it continues on. And in the back, it appears to raise up even more. There's jagged levels to the rocks in the far back of or what you would call the back of this room. And there's a small area where a part of the cave seems to have collapsed, or the wall has fallen down, and a small natural bridge has almost been created upon this now raised up layer. It is somewhat breathtaking, and unfortunately distracting.
Oh no.
Sure is.
This is combat day. Combat day. We've had very little of this.
Well, You know what's about to happen.
I have a feeling something's about to smack us.
Yep.
I hear dice rolling.
Yeah. I mean, he does that no matter what, but like, I have.
It's true.
Let's
Don't
try and negotiate.
like it.
And unfortunately, Finn, with a
No.
24, you feel the piercing in your shoulder before you see or hear anything as you look over and a large
No,
barb
Oh.
is sticking out of you.
no.
Okay.
Yep.
That is 3 points of piercing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw.
You got it.
Okay.
Flip.
Oh, that's not gonna be very good. That will be a 6 again.
That is a failure.
Oh yeah.
You take no additional damage. But I need you to mark down that you have contracted,
Oh, what?
Oh, that can't be good.
and I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh God.
Have those spells yet?
Oh, I was very
What?
eager to experiment, but I did not expect to be the subject.
Uh-huh. Oh God.
Goodness.
Oh my God.
Oh, for the love of all that's good and holy.
Yeah, now
I just
my
rolled a
dice are
D6
just
for
being
initiative
mean.
because I'm so.
We've had like
Okay.
one combat encounter this entire campaign, and tonight he pulls out two.
Uh-huh.
All of my dice lied to me. You all lied.
Anybody know a good contract lawyer?
Oh man.
That was out of character.
I like how you have
Gross.
to specify this now.
Yes.
Here we go again.
I hate this.
As you've stepped into this cave, now looking at the barb, you are able to look across and you see standing atop this second level. It looks like a massive hound in shape. But where legs should be, there are large spindles, as if blades that are sinking into the ground. And you can see one of them is missing. Its back is reflecting off of the light that is illuminating this room. As this strange creature
Whoa.
is
Okay.
resting here.
What is that? Wow. That looks dope.
Its undercarriage is brown with a reflective carapace. Possibly meat.
Okay.
25 to 20.
22 for Aaron.
20 to 15.
Great.
15 to 10.
14.
11.
Mine is bad.
10 to 5.
6.
Buddy.
One for you. A 4.
Okay.
Wait, Andy got a 4? Oh, okay.
Is that a 4?
And
Yeah.
Chauncey got the 11? Or,
No, Chauncey.
oh,
was
Chauncey
just
had the
with-
11. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow.
Okay.
Who's my friend?
Did we see this happen?
So as the rest of you have entered in, you hear the and look and see Finn looking down at his bicep.
Going, oh, that
now
can
just
be
has
good.
a massive barb jutting out of it, and a small green liquid dripping from the wound. With that, Aaron, you are up. Finn, you are on deck. Duathi, you are in the hole.
Aaron will stare at Finn and rush up and try and yank it out of his arm.
Okay. Rushing over to Finn, you are able to pull the barb out. No problem whatsoever.
And then, forgive me, light shines
It's a 20-foot.
20-foot radius from the middle there, so I don't,
It's
and
a-
dim light for 20 feet more.
Exactly. So from the center here, the whole room is covered in dim light.
Okay, and with dark vision out to 60 feet, I can, I
You can
believe,
see everything
Yeah,
in here.
I will just gesture out. We have a large problem, friends. And then I would like to, yeah, I'll draw my sword again,
Okay.
and about how much movement would you say I have left, GM? About 10 feet?
Yes.
Can I try and get? There seems to be a stalagmite in the middle there. Can I get up and try to hide behind there, please?
Absolutely. All right, rushing behind there, and are you able to take hide as a bonus action
Not
right
yet,
now?
no.
All right, so we're gonna say the removing of the barb was your action.
Sure, I just want to duck down.
Absolutely. Well, it'll give you a little bit of cover.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Aaron, anything else from you?
Nope, that'll finish.
All right. Finn, you're up. Dwathi, you're on deck. Now having felt this removed from you.
Speechless in the light of that. I just. No other thought but to follow Aaron, find some cover, and try to protect myself from taking more shots.
Okay.
Would I, in the dim light, get detail of the creature, or
From
more
here-
just shape?
If you moved up with Aaron, you can see it's right at the edge of the bright light, so you've got a decent look at this creature. Again, canine features on most of its body. Again, instead of legs, it appears to be as if blades almost. It does appear to have somewhat of a face. Elongated features and a jaw that is open, no tongue or anything, but jagged teeth. Difficult to discern any eyes on this thing.
All right. Well, hoping that our lower vantage point leaves its fleshy underbelly exposed, I'll try to just fire off a firebolt.
Okay.
That's not bad. A 16 to hit.
16 does hit.
All right.
Oh wait, I'm sorry.
Oh.
16 does not hit.
Oh. Oh boy. All right.
As you fire your firebolt at the creature, it hits the carapace and flings off.
All right. Yep, this might be harder than the spiders. That's it.
Okay, that is it for Finn. Dwathi, you are up. What would you like to do?
Okay, Beastie. Hello. It is good to see you. I'm going to step further forward. Yeah.
Anyone in particular?
I'll take my full movement and step. I think I can get right near Icon, if anything, a little bit ahead of him.
Oh yeah, you absolutely can.
But to the side. That way I'm not blocking or anything.
Right here.
Sure.
You
that
can even go
sounds-
one farther if you'd like.
No, because if that way, if the creature comes down, then everybody has a pretty good vantage point on it. Sure. For my action, I will just take a deep breath in and out, and I will activate my symbiotic entity.
Okay.
So I'm going to gain some temp points, and after that, I'm going to look over towards Finn, and I'm going to move my hand about, and I will cast Healing Spirit on him. So around you, you just see some very lightly transparent wings appear on either side of you as you are standing in the center of it.
Awesome.
How that's going to work is when you start your turn there, you can I will heal you.
All right, and that's on Finn, you said?
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna have this D4 represent your healing spirit at the moment.
Okay.
I would recognize this as the same bird you told us to stand in.
Yep.
All right.
Same bird. And then I'm going to my shillelagh is already active because I activated it as we came in. So that is all I'm going to do.
All right, that is going to take us to the creature.
Oh boy.
You can see, as all of you are rushing in, it lowers itself and it trembles. You can see it does indeed have a tail, and it whips its tail around as suddenly one of these barbs flies from it. So you've discovered the source of the barbs. And it is going to be coming towards you, Dwathi.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Yep, using my protection fighting style.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nice.
That is going to be an 11 to hit.
It is not hit.
As the barb comes in, Icon, you were able with your spear to knock it out of the way as it goes wide and clinks off the edge of the cavern. It is then going to turn, and you can see it appears to be limping as it rushes over
Okay.
here. And that is going to be it for the creature, bringing us to Icon. You are up. Andy and Chauncey, you are on deck.
All right, I'm going to rush, kind of actually just in front of where the healing spirit is,
Okay.
if that's possible.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna reach back, look you right in the eyes. You're gonna be fine. And I will use 5 points of lay on hands to either cure a disease or neutralize a poison affecting the creature. And see if it helps. And just like go basically bare hand right to your wound.
Amazing.
Okay.
Don't do anything.
So, and that's in place of the healing, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
As Icon places his hand on your shoulder, immediately there is that pain of the impact.
Sorry.
And you can feel the energy flowing, but rather than something flowing into you, it's almost as if something is being extracted from you. You can feel the liquid being drained.
Amazing.
You are no longer contracted.
Ooh, I can.
Oh, I can. Thank you, friend.
And I'll just kind of not fully prone, but get on one knee with my shield ready for whatever.
Okay. That is then going to bring us to Andy and Chauncey.
Okay. Cool. I have to get close. You know what? Can I can't fully see. Is there somewhere I can get that's within my movement? That's like within 60 feet of the creature?
Oh, easily.
Okay. But also hiding.
Also hiding.
Like a little bit? Maybe behind that rock over there. But that might be too
Getting here,
Okay.
It wouldn't be fully hiding. It appears as though the main area that there's any sort of cover is currently being
right.
Surrounded.
Yeah.
But from here, you're within 60 feet, and
Okay.
you'd be able to do something.
All right. I'm just gonna try this. I'm gonna use my returning hammer, but at disadvantage, so I can try to reach it.
All right, throwing your hammer at this creature.
Oh, God. I hate it. No. Yeah, that does not hit.
As you fling your hammer, and it hits the rock. There's a small, just eruption of pebbles and gravel as it hits the bridge that it is standing on, and then immediately comes right back to your hand.
Wow.
Cool. Great. Because Chauncey's not going to be able to get very close. Let's have him just go right in front of me.
Okay.
Cool. That's it.
All right. That is then going to bring us back to the top of the round. Aaron, you are up. Finn, you are on deck. And Duathi, you are in the hole.
Okay. I would like to just sidestep the stalactite GM about 15 feet that direction.
Okay.
Would you say that puts me approximately 30 feet to the creature?
You're a bit farther than 30 feet from the creature at
Okay,
this point.
and then in that case, I'd like to move on top of that small cropping there.
All right.
30 feet there.
With height at this point, you're at about. You're at 35. You'd have to get one closer.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll do it. I would like to once again flash my eyes blue, and Aaron is going to recall his second vision from the morning's rest as he sees a storm brewing over River's Meat, and he's going to hold his hands in front, and he's going to cast Witch Bolt at the creature. I'm going to use my second portent ability to make that a 12 on the die, bring it to a 17 to hit.
17 misses.
Oh, okay.
As the bolt goes wide.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Oh, this is bad.
Okay. It's my action to cast the spell. I will, I'll call it, quite nimble this one. Take steady aim, everybody. And I will just back straight up now with the remaining, I'm guessing 10 feet a bit.
We'll get you there.
Yeah. I'll just stand at the ready.
All right. Finn, you are up. Duathi, you're on deck.
Finn, as you start your turn, you are going to heal for, let me double check if I add anything to this. You are going to heal for, oh, this wrong spell. 4 hit points.
And so between the two of you, I'm good as new. Thank you both. I am clearly way out of my depths here, and this suggestion maybe comes from a place of fear and not tactical thinking, but maybe we should back out into the tunnel and draw it to us rather than fighting on its own terms. And as I do that, I just turn and start walking away.
30 feet will get you right to the opening.
And right as I approach the opening and prepare to duck down, I'll turn back around and fire off a magic missile.
Firing a magic missile.
Not sure what works against metal organic constructs. We're just going to keep it with force damage.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that damage for me.
Ooh, 5, 4, and 3. 12.
12 in total. Okay.
And that's
All
me.
3 of them into the creature, and you can see it gets rocked from side to side, clearly affected by it.
Amazing.
All right. Duathi.
Okay, Beastie, don't be shy. Okay. I'm going to start coming around towards it. And,
Okay.
I'd like to go behind these. Actually, it doesn't really matter, but where I would like to go, I'll dash if I have to use my action to dash to get up on the other side of Aaron towards where it starts to lead up towards where the creature is.
You can get here with 30.
Oh, that's pretty good. You know, honestly, I don't think I'm going to go. I'll even actually come back one.
Okay.
Because what I want to do is sort of,
Trying to coax it down.
actually, sort of, can I do that actually? And sort of get low and draw my staff forward and try and look and say, come here now, come.
Sure.
And try and get it to maybe think that I'm a target that is
Give me a performance check.
great.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh. 11.
11. As you lower yourself, like, come. The creature
You make fun
Ooh.
sounds. It will be fun to see what is on your insides. And then I will move the healing spirit to be sort of right between Aaron and Aiken. As the little bird just flies further forward and hovers in the air between you, and that is going to be my turn.
All right.
I need this creature to come closer.
That is going to then bring us to the creature.
Okay.
As it looks around, it latches on to the bridge in front and launches itself forward.
I thought so.
I should have held an attack. What was I doing? That's okay. I'm new here.
Aren't we all?
New character with this.
With its, even though it appears to be limping, it is still moving quick, and there is the sound of just metal grating against earth as it
As
rushes
it
towards.
enters my range, I would like to make it make a Constitution saving throw.
That will be a 12.
That is a failure.
Okay.
So let me double check. I think I rolled this twice with this is happening. Yeah. Where's D4s? Okay. So it is going to take 4 points of necrotic damage.
4 points of necrotic. Okay. As it rushes up to you, the necrotic damage, you can see where this creature should have a back leg. The necrotic begins to eat away farther at the stump that is now there.
Okay. I really should have held an attack. I'm feeling quite foolish. In my brain, I was like, oh, I'm putting everything.
And it is going to use its
Nothing.
multi-attack against you.
Yep.
First attack, however, is only going to be a 10 to hit.
No.
Second one is a natural 20.
Okay.
It'll be 15 points of piercing damage as
Okay.
it bites into you.
My symbiotic entity goes down.
Okay. And you can see where it would try, it uses its stub instinctually as if to make a cutting action towards you, but nothing happens.
Okay. Oh. Oh, how funny.
That is going to be it for this creature. Bringing us to Aiken, you are up. Andy, you are on deck.
Seeing that, I'm gonna run right to the side of Dawathi, to her left. So adjacent, yeah, right there.
All right.
And I'll just look down at this creature and bring my spear down and say, submit. And I'm gonna use command.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All right.
And I need a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, okay, okay. That is a 20.
I don't think that worked.
It
And
lowers back and stares down the spine and
I just hunker down, get into that next stance of like, all right, let's go.
okay. That is then going to bring us to Andy. You are up.
Cool. Is there a way for me to use my breath weapon but not hit Duathi or Aiken?
Is there a line or cone?
It's a cone.
A cone?
Yeah, 15 feet.
If you were
I would have to stand next to them.
right next to it.
Can I get there?
Actually, with 30 feet, you are able to get right here.
Perfect. Let's do it. Cool. So, yeah, dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That is a 14.
That saves. But they still get half.
Okay.
Boop, boop, boop. This is 10, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. That is just 1 point of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Cool.
Still very.
Yeah. Great. So I'm gonna have Chauncey. I guess flank it with me. I hate that. And make an attack. Boop, boop, boop.
All right, this will be at advantage because of the flanking.
Cool.
Get it, Chauncey.
Big Chauncey.
Come on, Johnson. Kill it, Johnson.
That is a natural 20.
Yeah, buddy.
That will
Take a chance on me.
That is. Sorry, my eyes are not
You're good.
working. 10 points of
10 points.
force damage.
It's force damage that. Good to know.
I mean, it's Chauncey.
That's Chauncey. Cool.
All right. As this creature is very quickly, even with its apparent injury, it moves very fast. And Chauncey is able to rush up, and it pins down its back legs and just crushes them into the ground. You hear it screech in pain. The sound as if a siren running through metal. But it's still moving.
Okay.
Aaron, you are up. Finn, you are on deck. Duathi, you're in the hole.
Pile on, pile on. I will sneak in between Chauncey and Andy and attempt another lunge at its hindquarters.
Okay.
Just surrounding it. As
And
Finn
me
ran
and-
towards the door.
Good.
Yeah.
That is only going to be a 9, though.
A 9 is going to miss, unfortunately.
So I will then retreat and come counterclockwise around Chauncey
All right.
towards the other pedestal.
And as you back up, it is going to take a slice at you with one of its legs.
Sure.
Wait, was there friendship?
I don't
Not on
think
that
so.
one,
Okay.
no.
Yeah.
Sorry,
that is
I
a
couldn't
19 to
tell
hit.
How close?
Yeah, that'll hit.
That is going to be 9 points of slashing damage from its leg.
Okay.
And coming around to where?
The other pedestal. No, sorry, south. Towards you, Scott. Yeah, that one. Yep.
Okay.
And that will finish my turn.
All right. Bringing us to then Finn, you are up. Duathi, you're on deck.
Oh boy, oh, you could do that. I'll be back here as I, not wanting to fire off my historically accurate as hell firebolts into my crowd of friends, I will burn another spell slot on a magic missile.
All right, go ahead.
Force worked, so sticking with that. 3, and come on, 2. So 8.
Okay. As these beams of energy come in, they spin in the last moment, and all 3 hit the underside of the creature, lifting it up off the ground for a second. But it lands, wobbling now on its injured back legs. It seems to still be moving, but it appears very hurt.
All right. Well, keep doing what we're doing. I'll be back here.
All right.
That's me.
Duathi.
You know, as much as I'd love to get my symbiotic entity back up and running, I think honestly I just need to smack this thing. Where I'm standing, do I get flanking?
You would with Chauncey.
Great. And this thing's looking pretty beat up.
It looked rough when you came in, and it's looking much rougher now.
Yep. I'm smacking.
Smacking.
That is math. A 19 to hit.
A 19 does hit.
Frick, yes. Okay. My entity is down now because you took a bite out of the body. That is going to be 8 points of bludgeoning.
Is this magical bludgeoning right now?
Yep,
Oh.
This shillelagh.
because this is shillelagh.
Ooh.
All right. Creature's still moving.
Yep. Does anyone else? Did anyone else get hurt?
I did.
You get hurt? Okay.
Yeah, they ran away.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's move the spirit over to, with my bonus action, I'll move with Aaron. And, yeah, we'll deal with that on Aaron's turn.
Okay. Will now bring us to the creature. Now surrounded, it is going to attempt its multi-attack. First bite is going to come at you.
Okay.
At disadvantage.
This is the one you want to be at disadvantage? Okay. That is an 8 to hit.
It's not hit.
Okay. Icon, as the bite goes wide, it is then going to attempt to slash at you, Andy.
At disadvantage.
This is fun.
Punch my shield.
It's a 12 to hit.
That does not hit.
Seeing this all going wide, it's going to then spinning around. And Aaron, looking at this creature, there is a moment where it stops, and you can see under a flap of silver and a fin of silver, a small black bead of an eye, and it locks on you. This is going to replace its final multi-attack with its barb attack.
Oh, shit.
Frack.
That's a 12 to hit.
That misses.
As it goes wide.
Phew.
Saw the future.
It is going to attempt to move away by burrowing into this ground
Oh, you son of a gun.
and try and come through. As it's wounded and moving slowly, it's able to get to the other side. I will allow attacks of opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they will be at disadvantage as it is going into the ground.
I wouldn't have strength because of Chauncey.
So it'll be a straight roll.
Okay.
And Chauncey would have a straight roll as well.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay. So that's me. That's a 2. That's a 16.
16
which
misses.
doesn't hit.
Yeah, that's what I rolled too.
Bringing us to Icon.
I'd like to follow it. I don't know how far I can follow it.
You're able to step right up onto. So it basically dug under this this raise in the rock and came out the other side.
Cool.
You're able to step up onto the ground that it went under.
Bonus action, I'm just gonna be, please be with me, and cast Divine Strike.
Mhm.
Divine
Divine
Favor.
Okay.
One of those divinities. And plunge my spear into it,
Okay.
maybe. For an 18.
An 18 just hits.
For 7 points of piercing, non-magical, and 1 point of radiant.
Takes 3 points of the piercing. And how much radiant?
1.
Which is enough.
Oh!
As your spear hits into the armored back of this creature, it shows resistance, but then splits open and enters into it, as light then illuminates the ground beneath it. No light piercing through the back of its carapace. There's an eruption of light. And the creature falls to the ground, unmoving.
I said submit. Wipe that down.
Is everyone okay? Is
Now-
everyone okay?
Surrounding this strange creature that you've encountered, you can see the back of its hide is a very similar silver to that which has encased the barbs. And now, having seen it flung multiple of these barbs at you, and in many cases hitting you, unsure as to what other secrets this creature might hold. That is where we are going to end tonight's episode of Melos Machina.
Oh, we have to wait a whole year?
Yeah!
Oh my god, could you imagine if it was like
Oh,
a
that'd
full
be
year?
miserable.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for joining us. This has been an absolute pleasure to have you here. This this was a lot of fun tonight, y'all.
Yeah,
it was great.
This has been an incredible year, and I can't wait for 2024.
Dang right.
We are going to be dark until the new year. We will be back again on Wednesday, January 3rd, to see what is going on here in this cave and what this creature might be. Have a happy holiday, everyone. We'll see you in the new year.